going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? What's going on, everybody? Oh, Friday night special. Here we go. B Rad Cooley. Al Clover has been stuck at 340. Oh, what's going on? Oh, no. Max Payne. B Rad Cooley. I love when Al calls you that. Yeah, it's so wrong. I'm so sorry. B Rad Cool. I don't know why I say that. Oh, all right. So let me just give you guys a life update. This video is going to have, so the last couple of videos, we've been having a lot of like numbers. We were going heavy on the numbers. I mean, we can do that too today, right? But today is going to be a little bit more philosophy. Okay. Just wanted to update you guys real quick. So yeah, I did my interview today at my home program. So I'm interviewing around the country, right? And today I did my interview at this is my home program, right? This is the program that knows the most about me amongst all the programs in the nation, right? So I just want to go ahead and say a few things about this. Well, folks that don't know, yeah, I mean, this was like a full circle. It's I'm gonna try not to get emotional because that's no fun. But yeah, holy shoot, right? Holy moly! I mean, just crap. This is crazy, right? So, Tucson, right? For folks that don't know, I was born in Tempe, grew up in Phoenix, was homeless in Phoenix, heavy, hardcore, and I come to this city called Tucson. I came to this thing called the University of Arizona, and I just no family, nothing to go back home to, nothing to fall back on. And the funny part was U of A opened their hearts to me. This whole city took me in as their family. I was asked why neurosurgery, and that's a generic question. But then I was asked why this program, why Tucson, like why this program. And that's such a loaded question. So that's such a loaded question, right? And I answered it to the best of my ability. I said, I came to this city with a trash bag and torn up pajamas. I came with nothing. And this city gave me 3 degrees in undergrad, a 4th degree, and a 5th degree. When I graduate in 2025, I'll have 5 degrees. 3 bachelor's, 1 master's, and 1 medical doctor degree, MD. I literally, this university gave me everything that I could ever imagine. So the answer I said, why this program, why this city, I said that, and this just came out of the heart. I didn't plan on saying this. I said that I stand on the shoulders of all the Tucsonians that have put me in this position. You guys, you don't even know how many people prop me up. I mean, think about it. You see all my successes, and you see our call outs with Clover, Palantir, all these things that we've done. Understand one thing: none of this would have happened if it wasn't for the lineage of PhD. You know how many PhDs have taught me? Do you guys understand how many doctors have educated me? I said that I stand on the shoulders of all the people in the city. I said that this institution taught me how to think. It taught me how to live. Socrates says a life not examined is not a life worth living. Before Tucson, I was a homeless. I had no family. I wasn't living. I was surviving. And when I came here, These people took me in as family. So it just makes the most sense to get back to the city. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Today was a pretty big day. I've done other interviews. I love them dearly, but this one hits home because this program is why I want to be a neurosurgeon. I mean, this program is, has a is a big defining reason of who I am. And to be honest, without my mentor pushing me, I told my mentor, I said, "Hey, I'm doing the stock thing online. Should I do this? Like, is this a distraction? What should I do here?" And he said, anything you invest in yourself is all the worthwhile. He said it obviously more elegantly than I can ever say it. He's like a walking Marcus Aurelius. Uh, but all the success we've had, uh, all these crazy gains, 250%. You know, these crazy gains here, 300, seven, eight, seven bagger, all this, and then we just, recently called out, where the hell is it? SOUN stock, it's at $15, which last month we called it out on 550, all this that you see here, all this was because of this place. This place taught me how to think. So just wanted to share that. It was to be able to take care of people here in Tucson is it's like a full circle. One of my interview questions or like the stations, we had another professor. He's like, "Hey, this place more, more than I do. Show me, show me a, show me around." And we were just walking in the interview, uh, and yeah, I took her to this diversity office down at the below stairs, and it's where I decided I wanted to be a doctor. It was next to, I think, Hippocrates, a nice statue of someone who was wise back in the day. Yeah. So, yeah. No, I mean, I love you guys a lot. Just wanted to share you a little update. So it's I wouldn't be here without these people. So, and definitely, I wouldn't. We as a program, wouldn't be here without Mr. Can't find the image here, but see if I can find the actual image. Here it is. We wouldn't be here without Peter Lynch, right? So I posted a video yesterday of kind of what he was talking about, and today we'll have some discussions on it. I think you'll find some comparisons. Yeah. So, oh yeah. Why did you go to Tucson from? Yeah. So Tucson, they actually came to me. They actually went to the high school and they talked about all this diversity and all this physiology and all these cool things they had going on down there. And they talked to me before ASU and at the time U of A was the only place that had a med school. And I was like, man, I love science. I love the brain. I learned about the brain in high school, and I just like, oh, okay, well, I guess the next best step is go to U of A. And that, I'll share that story later. That's a long story, but yeah, that's a long story. But yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and continue with the daily show here. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to take a moment here, and I wanted to just put this video here, and I think you'll find some similarities. This is a rare interview. Shout out to Investor Center. I think you should definitely subscribe to this channel. Very nice person. Has a lot of subscribers, so definitely subscribe. Anything that helps you look at these folks and study them, I think, is worthwhile. So let me go ahead and stop the share of the screen so I can share the audio version of it. There it is. That's the audio version. And we'll go ahead and play this together, and we'll comment if we need to comment. Okay. All right. Well, let's continue.
So you're trying to say some companies might have been overpriced at 60, and all they did was go to 50 and say, big deal. So you're trying to find companies you liked anyway. Right now you liked them, and now they've had a haircut. That's what you would do. Not a stock that went from overpriced to fairly priced. Something that was fairly priced at the start of this exercise, and then had a very, a 5-for-4 sale.
Lynch is highly regarded as one of Wall Street's legendary money managers. He ran Fidelity's Magellan Fund from 77 to 90. At the end of his 13-year helm, it was up over 2,700% and had become the world's largest mutual fund. He remains on the board of trustees at the Fidelity Group and is vice chairman of Fidelity Management and Research. His new CD-ROM is called The Stock Shop with Peter Lynch, and its strategies to invest in the stock market with confidence. All the profits for this go to charity, I think. He joins me now to talk about the remarkable record volume day on Wall Street and other matters of investing, and I am very pleased to have him back at this table. Welcome back.
Hey, Charlie, good to see you.
It's smart of me to schedule you on a day like this. 3 months ago, I said, when do you want Lynch to come in? Right. I said, let's get him on Tuesday. Something's going to happen in the market that week, and so here we are.
Glad to be here.
Explain to me what's going on.
Well, we had a huge run. I mean, the market was 4,000 just 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it ran up to 8,300 in August. And, like any big rally, sometimes it backs off. I mean, it's healthy. In fact, I'd rather have gone down 1,000 points than gone to 12,000. If you look at Japan went from 5,000 to 15,000 on their Dow. And it was fairly priced at 15,000 on earnings and everything else. Mm-hmm. Then it went to 40,000. And that caused 7 years of inflated real estate, people overspending. And basically, they've been in a recession for 5 or 6 years because the market went up too high. I mean, if the market goes up too high, if the market goes too high, you're discounting earnings 7, 8, 10 years out. There's a relationship.
So everything is overpriced.
Yeah, and that doesn't help anything. The market since World War II has sold between 10 times earnings and 20 times earnings. If you look at the Dow Jones or the S&P 500, if you add up all the companies and take the earnings, you say there's a relationship. And it follows. McDonald's earnings have been terrific the last 30 years, and the stock's been terrific. There's a direct relationship. So the earnings of the S&P 500 have been between this range of 10 and 20. We were just about to go over the 20, which is the high end of the PE range. There wasn't a lot of room left on the PE
of 20
side.
is at the top of how high it should ever be.
Right. It's been over there only a few times ever over 20. And that's when usually inflation is about zero. In the early 60s, when inflation was about zero, we got a little bit over 20. Now we have a very low inflation rate. So if you usually have subtracted inflation from 20, you've had the PE of the market. That's been a pretty good ratio. When inflation was 12%, you remember in the early 80s, we had an 8 or 9 PE in the market.
So Dr. Lynch says all of this has been good for us?
Well, I'm telling you, it would not have been helpful.
It's like a purgative or something.
I never thought I'd ever wish for the market to not go up dramatically. But let's argue the market went to 16,000 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Basically, there's earnings behind companies.
Okay, but I'm not arguing that. I know that's true. And
that would be crazy.
And stock market price ought to be dictated by earnings and earnings performance and future earnings potential.
That's right. That's right.
I got that. Even I got that.
Right.
Now, let's just take this for me.
Sure.
Was the decline yesterday, in a sense, it let off some of this overvaluation. The market was even overvalued at where it was.
Right.
And by letting it off, then we got back to what was reasonable.
Well, yeah, I would say fairly priced. Maybe for the larger companies, they're now okay. There might be some small companies. I mean, we've had 3,000 companies come public the last 4 years. That's 2 a business day. Yeah. Some of those companies have gone down dramatically. And that's sort of a research zone that average people in the stock shop, that's where we can find. Some people know a lot about this. 10,000 public companies. A lot of them are very attractive. No one's following them. And there's lots of people following IBM.
Well, that's
lots
how you got rich, following companies that nobody else followed.
Right. I'd like to go to see companies with unions or companies in trouble or companies that no one looks at.
Hotels that had nice beds.
Well, yeah, you have to look at a lot of them. You look at
pantyhose your wife wore. I remember this story.
Oh, okay, you got Pier 1 Imports. My wife found that one too. But you have to look at 20 to find one. It's just you don't go to the mall and find the stock. I mean, you have to say, my God, this sounds like it's good. Then you have to do some steps. You have to do an organized method. People are careful when they buy a toaster. They're careful when they buy a seat. They do some research.
But they don't do it with stock. They call up the broker or they see somebody at lunch and they say, man, I got this hot stock. And you run right out and you spend $5,000, small investors.
Yep. Or even worse, they put an option in international data WAC. They don't even own international data WAC.
Yeah, so that's the big thing. A lot of people, just like what Peter Lynch was saying, a lot of people spend all this time researching a toaster, or researching the next iPhone, but they don't do any research when it comes to a company. They barely even know earnings and whatnot, and they don't understand that earnings is correspondent to the stock price. I remember when the AMC craze was going on, and I used to make a video talking about, it is a potential candidate for a short squeeze, but the earnings, the reason why there's a lot of shorts is because the earnings are going down. And then one of the comments I used to get was, the fundamentals don't matter anymore. I'm like, well, did you work at Peter Lynch's office? And did he tell you that? Yeah, it's there is a art to fundamental investing. So, fundamental analysis. So we'll continue. There's a lot of good stuff in here, especially at the end. I want to share with you guys.
So you have a 90-day play.
But Bill said it was good and they make a lot of money.
Right. And it's like a casino.
Yeah.
So it's like a casino. You get the same results as if there's more paperwork.
All right. But just stay with me in terms of people who are bedazzled by what's happened.
Right.
If you look at yesterday and you look at today,
right,
nothing has happened in the fundamentals of economics of any company.
Right.
But their stock may have gone down 10% yesterday and up 5% today.
One modest point, though. I mean, every time you have to get a memory. It's like it's very cold in the winter in some parts of the country. You get a memory that winter's coming. Something did really happen in Southeast Asia. I mean, those
it did.
Those
was
economies.
That the cause of what happened in this market?
Well, I think so. That was the reminder saying, by the way, profits can go down. I mean, there's a downside.
But why was that the cause? I mean, did what's happening in Southeast Asia affect the earnings potential of all these companies you're talking about?
It did.
Because they can't sell their products there?
In a small way. No, because those economies have been growing double digit. And all of a sudden now, they're going to, because of bank problems, because they're overfinanced, they're under leveraged. I mean, they're going to have to draw on their belts. And then people said, "Whoa, maybe it'll happen." China's now the fourth largest economy in the world. Maybe China can go in recession. So this sort of woke people. It was like a wake up call, saying, "Whoa, maybe there's a chance earnings are going to go down." I mean, this is not a big deal for the United States. When Mexico went down, much more important. But it sort of said people.
Why was it much more important?
Well, Mexico's much more important
to Mexico. Much more important to us.
Much more important to the United States than Thailand is, or the Philippines. I mean, their economy is very important to us. They're a big consumer, very important. They're our neighbor, a lot of people there. That's a very important. When that went down, that affected Latin America was more important. So the recession of 1990, but it sort of reminded people, you'd say, wait a second, there is a downside. We've had 9 recessions since World War II. We'll have other ones.
Tell me what took place overnight between yesterday at the close of market and today at the beginning of market. What were the guys that you used to work with saying to each other at Fidelity, and what were the people saying? For example, IBM made a decision to buy back their stock, and that presented some kind of push on the market, and their stock went up 6 points.
Well, one thing you're trying to do is say, of all these public companies out there, here's the company I really like. The fundamentals are terrific. Their earnings are doing well. Their competitors are doing poorly. I think this company's doing terrific. And all of a sudden, the stock might have gone from 40 to 30 because of this decline. That would say, wow, here's a chance to buy it. So you're trying to say some companies might have been overpriced at 60 and all they did was go to 50 and say, big deal. So you're trying to find companies you liked anyway. Right now you liked them. And now they've had a haircut. That's what you would do. Not a stock that went from overpriced to fairly priced. Something that was fairly priced at the start of this exercise and then had a very, a 5-for-4 sale.
If you had been.
So he's talking really important right now. He's talking about, when's a good time to get in and how to invest when the stocks are at all-time high. The question is, how do you know that they're high? How do you know that they're fairly valued? And, again, that's when we get into intrinsic value calculation, right? Because again, that's your GPS, right? And guys, listen, I'm not some brainiac genius who figured this out on his own. I mean, no one helped me, but I these equations and all these things are used by people like this guy. You know what I mean? We'll talk about it a little bit when we get closer to the video, but you guys will kind of see what I'm talking about.
And managing the Magellan Fund this morning,
yes,
you would have been buying like crazy?
I would have been researching like crazy. I would have been saying, which companies are the same story? Is there anything really happening? This is a non-event for them. They're still doing well. Even if we have a recession, there's nothing to do with them. And that's the kinds I would try to buy. But let's say if a company, just think of it, this as being, you say to yourself, I think this company's going to earn something in the future. If it's already discounting that, if it's selling at a huge multiple, you say it has to work. And then it's only going to stay even. So you have to say to yourself, if I'm right, how much am I going to make? If I'm wrong, how much am I going to lose? That's the risk-reward ratio. In Stock Shop, we talk about, if I'm right, I hope I'm going to double, triple my money. If I'm wrong, may all lose 30, 40%. That's a
Yeah. So when Clover, again, this is not financial advice, this is just my own risk. I looked at Clover and I said, man, this thing's trading at book value. I mean, at this point, I'm gonna put everything that I have in this thing. You know, I'm gonna go as much as I can, given in respective to portfolio management and obviously risk management. But you know, I was like, this thing is selling at liquidation prices, but they have enough. They have enough money. I mean, Rabdo was calculating this. You know, we're calculating how many quarters they had, and like these people have enough money to survive. We're good to go. I mean, this thing's good. You know, they'll be able to survive by the time they let off their ACO business, so they can focus on the profitable business. And well, you guys see what happened. We were right, right? So let's go ahead and continue listening more.
favorable ratio. You say, if I'm right, the stock's not going to go up. It's already discounting terrific things. If discounting terrific things are already in the stock, I don't know.
Okay, so this morning you get up and you go in and you look at those companies that fit
that you know something about. You have to have an edge. I mean, let's say the cement industry goes from crummy to semi-crummy to fairly good.
Yeah.
The stocks are going north.
Right.
You're going to make money. That's the industry you know. What if you know the publishing industry? Some people you have an edge. You work. I mean, when if you last 30 years you worked in the restaurant industry, you would have seen Taco Bell,
Right.
you would have seen Sbarro's,
Right.
you would have seen Pizza Hut, you would have seen Chili's, you would have seen these companies doing very well. You should have bought those instead of trying to buy biotechnology stocks you know nothing about. I mean, I know nothing about local area networking. A lot of people are buying this Cisco. They're buying the equipment, saying,
Yeah, well, listen, guys. We one of our stocks was Wingstop, and Wingstop is up this year. Wingstop is up, 34.75%. And it got to a point where it was actually up a good 75%. It just recently had a little haircut. They announced additional 500 million shares of repurchase. I mean, they're doing pretty good. So 34.75%. That's pretty damn good, guys, right? In terms of the stock, and nobody wants to buy Wingstop. Like, why buy wings? Right. Well, it would have made you 34.75%. Why buy Chipotle? Again, these stocks are part of our portfolio hedging modeling system, right? So there is a truth to what he's saying, right? But people like to buy the biotech. I don't go in biotech. It's too risky, right? Well, let's continue.
we're going to root together all these peripherals and put together the servers.
Well, but that's not a bad buy because they own a huge percentage of their market.
You know, but they're saying only a few people had them. I said, my God, if it works for us, other people try it, then colleges will try it, high schools will try it, then they'll go overseas. They knew they were early in the ball game.
Right.
And they should have been buying that company instead of out buying something they don't know anything about, some oil drilling company.
So that's what I'm saying. We know about Clover. We know that this thing's working. Imagine other people who see it. Imagine other hospital systems get it. Imagine all of a sudden, international people start using it. And then they talked about basically Andrew Toy hit on that topic before. So we're early in the game. We've done our research. So you see the parallels here, the strategy, the parallels, and over all these things. So let's continue more. There's going to be more.
I mean, people have this tendency to always buy something they don't. All you need is a few. Charlie, all you need is a few good stocks.
Yeah, but this is your song. This has been your song for a long time.
but
Only
here's the
buy
point.
what you know.
No, but people are waking up in the morning and say, there's 5,000 companies out there. Which one should I buy? The average person ought to be able to follow 4 or 5 companies. They ought to be able to lecture on them. They understand the companies. And this forces you. This tool says to you right down the store.
All right, but you keep saying this. The stock shop is what? What is it? This is a CD-ROM that you plug into your...
This is where it gets really important that we should talk. So he said that, retail investors should know about 4 to 5 companies and they should lecture on them. They should be able to give a lecture on them. I mean, do you guys think I can give a lecture on Palantir? You think I can give a lecture on Clover? Obviously, I talk about a lot of companies, but you see the philosophy here. You need to be able to know it more than what Wall Street knows it. And that's the thing. Wall Street, I'm sure, watches my videos to like, what's up to date with Clover? This guy is a Clover junkie, right? Obviously we have other companies too, which we've demonstrated our ability to call price targets on, but he's about to say something that's important. I need you to peel your attention to his little old school stock terminal so you guys can see that what I've been trying to tell you guys and what I've been trying to show you is real. It's real, guys. Okay, let me show you.
Follow 4 or 5 companies. They ought to be able to lecture on them. They understand the companies. And this forces you. This tool says to you right down the
All
slope.
right, but you keep saying this. The stock shop is what? What is it? This is a CD-ROM that you plug into your CD-ROM and play through your PC, and you come up with what?
Well, also it's a data stream that can update information on 5,000 or 6,000 companies right like that. You can get 10 years of financial data, 10 years of income statements, 10 years of inventory. So you can get updates in all these companies.
So you can get 10 years of financial statements, 10 years of net income, revenue, free cash flow. What does that look like to you? Does that look familiar? Remember the financial sheet that we use to calculate intrinsic value? Doesn't that look familiar to you? This is an old interview, probably from the 80s and 90s, ladies and gentlemen. This is an old interview. And here we are in 2024. And what am I sharing with you? I am not lying to you. I am trying to show you what these people have been doing. Okay? I've been trying to share with you. I hope I am speaking to your guys' hearts. I hope I can tell you this. This is how these Wall Streeters make money. Let's just restart what he said, and he's about to mention the Bloomberg terminal. Just watch, Jesus Christ. Just watch.
10 years of financial data, 10 years of income statements, 10 years of inventory. So you can get updates in all these companies.
But that's what you get on a Bloomberg terminal.
No, but it's only right now. And it doesn't take 50 data points. It doesn't go over 5 years. This, on the companies you want to look at, it'll give you all the information.
Out of this?
It costs $6.95 a month in addition. And you get a free trial.
I see.
You get a free trial. We get a cut rate deal. And you can also buy it.
But you see that, guys? You see that? It's like a Bloomberg terminal, right? That's what we've created. That is what we created, guys. You need this, right? This is something that is needed in order to understand. You cannot, determine the differentiation between a good and bad computer based off of, you tapping onto it. You got to look at the specs. The problem is these specs are hard to find. These specs are hard to analyze, but we show you the specs. We help you calculate the value of the specs, all of these things, okay? So it's a wonderful educational platform, and that's I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of what we accomplished, and it's crazy. It is literally crazy what we're doing. So, just for educational purposes, here's the financial sheet. There it is. Look at Big D here. Look at Big D. Big D. I love his Scooby Doo, right? Look at Big D, right? He's looking up the financial sheet. You see? So, let me go ahead and go over the thing here. And I'm very grateful for you too, Brilliant. And you know what? There's going to be a time where we're going to have enough capital, or I'm going to be able to merge my passion in neuroscience and be able to help so many people in the world. There's going to come a time. There's going to, I told God, I said, God, you just help me become wealthy. Help me get this money so I can do what you need me to do. Right? And we'll talk about those things later. Mr. PFE has entered the chat. We're going to call you Mr. Pfizer. This is the Pfizer representative, ladies and gentlemen, I introduced to you. He says, I don't understand this market. And now I have pain like a bad cramp and my upper part of my hip hurts so bad. I couldn't walk for 2 days. Wow. I mean, honestly, you know what that tells me? That tells me Palantir must be up today. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's what that tells me. $76.34. Yeah, I'm sure you've had pain. 13.23% pain. Yeah, this market, is crazy. I mean, look at that pain. Woo-hoo. Right? Oh, man. I haven't been eating, sleeping. Well, what's going on, Clover? For almost 4 years, I told my sister about Clove and backed up my knowledge with Al's videos. She said, why didn't she tell me earlier? Oh, but it's okay. It's the process. It's really the process. There'll be opportunities like this, maybe in 20 years from now, but maybe not when there's a recession, right? There will be opportunities. Okay. But let me just go ahead. I really wanted to oh yeah. And this is SoundHound. We were calling it out, and this thing is, $15 now. So, it's pretty good. Literally in a month, we're up 163%. And the stock terminal was able to call it out early, so definitely a 6-bagger. I mean, guys, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this market? Holy moly. Okay, so let me go ahead and open up the terminal real quick here. Let me just look at all this beautiful research. This is the community we built. I mean, just look at this community. God bless our community. God bless each and every one of you. Right. So let me go ahead and so Clover right now, on average, it's expected to make 1.35 billion dollars. Right. If you don't believe me, go to Clover Health Investor Relations and you'll be able to see it. So me and JB were walking through this. We're playing some mental gymnastics. So we'll go ahead and play these gymnastics in front of you all. So I said, okay, I think this company could go to $45 to $90. And he's like, well, that's a little high. I'm like, okay, well, how about this? How about you tell me in 15 years, growing at 12%, what would be Clover? Okay, listen, guys. First off, if you go ahead and take a look at Clover's free cash flow is at 118 million. You take Q1, Q2, and Q3 revenue, 11.5% of that turns into free cash flow. So that tells me that we were able to estimate future free cash flow, right? So now let's go ahead and let's open up our stock terminal, okay? And let's say I was like, sorry. I would like you to take 1.35 billion, have it grow at 12% for the next 15 years, and tell me what that number would be. What we're going to do is we're going to have our stock terminal calculate the overall growth rate, right? And the beautiful part about this is look at the calculation. It's all part of the stock terminal. It's all included within the stock terminal, guys. I mean, this is pretty awesome, right? It gives you the equation and all of it, and it calculates it for you, right? So in 15 years, you're going to have about again, is Clover going to grow 12% for 15 years? No, I think it's going to grow more than 12%. I mean, heck, just so you can kind of see the overall conundrum here. Oscar is growing at 68.3%. They're going to return to growth, but let's just be conservative. Let's say this is a snail. This is a snail, and I don't want to touch this for 15 years. Let's say Clover is going to grow as a snail. Okay. So in 15 years, it's going to get $7.4 billion. So now let's go ahead and let's open up the intrinsic value calculation. Okay. Let's go open up light mode here. Open up good old light mode here. Give it a couple seconds. Okay, light mode. And what do we say? 7.4, right? So 7,400, right? 7,400 million. Oh, that's 7,400 millions, right? So we're going to multiply it by 11.5 because remember we used to multiply by 5%. Now we could do 11.5 because that's what it is. That's the reality of what we can see. That's 851 million. And let's assume they're going to continue growing at 12%, right? And we're going to have them at 501. Guys, listen. Look at the price. Okay? $44 stock price. Okay, listen, $32 to $44. Guys, if Clover grows at 12% for the next 15 years, this is what we're going to get to Clover. Okay, you put in the price of where it is right now, 3.37 or whatever. That's like a 10 bagger from whatever the price is now. But watch, if I put 60 cents, look at that. You see where the money was? Look at that increase. That's 7,300% increase, right? But we'll be fair. We'll put 337 or whatever it is right now. What's the price of Clover? 336. I'm sorry. I was off by a penny. There it is. Right? If Clover was to grow 12% for the next 15 years, this is what it would be at. Sorry, yeah, 15 years, 12%. This is what it would be at. Guys, do you see this? Easy money. Easy money. This is 12%. Guys, they're going to return to growth. This is not including SaaS. This is just including insurance. I mean, let's just kind of give an example here, okay? We have a lot of members. Some have 400,000 shares. Some have 300. Some have 3 million shares. Let's just use the 247. Let's say $44. Yeah, my friend. One of you guys. A couple of you guys are gonna have $10 million. If this thing goes to 44, you'll have 10 million. Okay, you have 10 million. Then watch. Let's go ahead and let's do 5%. Let's say because this is the growth company, right? $500,000 a month. Imagine $500,000 a month. What do you think about that? Right? Listen, guys. Okay. There's a lot of people that scam their subscribers. Okay, it's I don't know what to tell you. Trust me, I don't trust anyone too. I mean, I get it. I get it. Just look at the meme coins. this girl, she had all these subscribers and they trust her, and then she pulls the meme coin, and her team, like, from what I understand, I don't know a lot about crypto, but like rug pulls them, right? I get it. Okay, I understand. It's hard. I was in. By the way, I was doing my interview today, and I was going to the bathroom, and before going to, and you know how when you walk towards the bathroom, as you're in the hallway, you're walking, you pull out your phone and you check your email and stuff. So I was just checking my email, and I saw a lot of you guys purchase lifetime access, right? I just want to thank you for putting trust in what we're doing and trust in our educational platform, right? This place wouldn't be anything without you. It'll just be data echoing in a technology chamber. What makes it special is people like you. People like you, Patrick, people like you, James, people like all of you guys. I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't tell you what to do, brother, right? Mr. Nate Dogg, right? So I get it. I get it. It's like, who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is this guy? Well, I get it. There's so many people out there. It's a very bad place. I know. Um, um, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for the lack of trust. I don't blame you. But that's why we have all these 700 videos. We have, I don't know how many videos. How many videos we have now? How many videos? Let me see. I stopped counting. I mean, after you look at that, we got 719 videos. We have all these videos, and hopefully, you see my heart. Hopefully, you see what I'm trying to do here. I'm tired of the rich getting richer. They're still going to get rich regardless of how tired I am. But at least with this, we're able to do something together. We're able to make a community. I mean, you see the beautiful. I've had someone send a picture of their loved one in the chat to say this kid is going to go to Harvard. You understand how meaning? You understand, like, that's what I'm doing it for. Right? Because at the end of the day, all this money and all this stuff, you can't take nothing with you. Right? But we know what we can do is make the time we have in this planet the best. Because we all share it together. And it would be such an honor, one of the highest honors of my life. One of the highest honors of my life is one day I can meet you guys and we can all celebrate our success together. We can all drink some. I realize that if I have some tequila with a mixture of drink, I don't get flushed. If I drink wine or champagne, I get I get a headache and I have to take ibuprofen, even beer. But for some reason, if I have like a tequila or something, not a lot, but just a little bit, I don't get a headache. I'm a lightweight, so. But it'll be an honor to be able to share a drink with all of you guys. You have no idea how much this would be an honor. Right. So again, this platform, I mean, come on, it's a humble platform, right? Humble platform that has $55.3 million of overall wealth together. Holy crap, right? This is what you get when you put God first. You know what I mean? Can I get an amen? This is what you get, right? But again, this would be nothing. This would be nothing without you guys. This will be nothing. It'll just be a little terminal with all this data talking to each other with nobody there. What makes it just heaven is all you people in there. You guys have no idea how much you mean to me. You guys have no idea how much you mean to me. Right? All right, guys. I love you a lot. Yeah, I love you too, Patrick. I love you a lot. Right? No, amen. We're all in this together. Okay. And to all those people, definitely, I'm sure Nancy's not watching our channel, Nancy Pelosi and all of them. To all those folks that are making all this money in this capitalistic market, don't worry. It's time for the normal day American to get a taste of the American dream. It's time for people like us, and not just in America. We have people from Europe, people from Hungary, people from Russia, people from China, people from Central America, Canada, all different parts of the world coming together. Each and every one of you deserves a taste of the American dream. Each and every one of you. And it's just like I promised God many years ago. I said, if you let me out of this homeless hellhole, I promise I'll do whatever it takes. Right. And somehow it led me to this to this thing, which is such a weird thing the medical student can do. I tell you, this is such a weird thing. You think I planned for this? You think I planned for something like this, guys? I sure didn't. But it certainly feels good to be able to show you what these people are doing. And you know, you got to give tribute. You got to give credit when credit's due. We can't do it with without giving credit to this man here. I mean, this man called it out from day one. This guy about his old CD-ROM that's probably outdated now stock terminal, right? He tried it, right? But we're gonna finish it. We're gonna finish it, right? We're gonna do this together, right? We are doing this the right way. This is how these Wall Street billionaires are calculating the values of companies. This is how they're doing it, right? And the beautiful part is we're going to do it together, right? When they make money by themselves. All these people in the C-suite, they make money by their own wits, but we're doing it together, and that's what makes it the best. Because there's one thing that there's one thing that they don't know, that when you help institutions and like, let's say this data is sold to institutions and stuff, they don't care. They just want to make money. But you go ahead and open it to retail investors. You know how many stories I heard? Just, I'm telling you, that picture of that baby, and all these things, right? Yeah, we're not feeding people here. We're teaching people how to eat. Right? You guys have no idea how just this is so fulfilling. I could literally die tonight and I'll have a smile on my face knowing that at least I was able to help some of you guys. And now each and every one of you guys are never going to look at the stock market ever. You guys are going to look at it so differently now. Now, when you look at the stock market, you're like, what's the earnings? What's the free cash flow? I did my job. I did my job. Right? And you know the crazy part is, the mastering course it's only 5% complete. We haven't even. It's still, oh Lord, just imagine that. Wait till the growth comes. We're even having members dish asking about shorting. I'm like, man, that's outside of my bounds. We have people going even further now into derivatives outside of my expertise, and that's the beautiful part. When you create an environment, the people will take it however they want to take it, and they'll take it as far as they want, and that's the beautiful part, right? But no, props to this man for writing books. Props to Benjamin Graham for leaving these little golden nuggets for us to eat, for follow on the path to our mountaintop. We will get there together. We will certainly get there. And one thing I promised when I got into medical school is I'll find every way possible to eradicate the social determinants of health. There's people out there like, what is he doing on this stock thing? This is how you eradicate the social determinants of health. You give people money so they can eat healthy, so they can move in better neighborhoods, so they can get access to better physicians. This is how you do it. You give them money. And we're going to teach you how to get that money, because each and every one of you deserve that money. I swear, each and every one of you deserve it. And we're going to have a good time in Vegas. God bless you, James. For all folks that are wondering, this is everything that we have. I'm just so proud of it. I'm so proud of it. I have to pinch myself, because like, did we really do this together? Like, how the hell is this possible? I just take it day by day, and all of a sudden you lay a brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid, and all of a sudden you look back after a year, you're like, holy shit, did I build that? Well, we did it together. The Black Friday expires and I think Sunday, 2 days. Take advantage. It'll be an honor and privilege to have you there. And together we're going to work hard together. We're going to learn from each other. We're going to build a community that like no other. God bless you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.